Let's go. Didn't realise you started, but yeah, just let's go.
Let's do this. No mucking around.
Nah, we're in a hurry today.
Yeah, it's basically the off-season. Second last episode of the season.
Yep. Look, a short podcast as opposed to Glenn Boss's career, which was long.
Well done. Seamless. Breaking news as we enter the studio.
Yeah.
I.e. my second bedroom. But interesting. Bossy, a very polarizing figure, I'd say.
Yeah, you could say that.
But no one could deny he was a big game player.
He was a big game player, Glenn Boss.
Just not this spring.
No, he had a shocker, and maybe his heart wasn't fully in it. Yeah, who knows? I don't know him personally. I feel like I do though. I feel like I do.
I believe he might be a Queenslander.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when he was coming back from Singapore, right around the Colding days, when he won on Brutal.
Yes.
In the Donny,
I
believe. He was coming back, that spring he came back, and that was the spring of Colding, etc.
Yep.
And his plans was, after the spring, to come back to Brisbane to basically end his career. But he was just going so shit hot.
He just kept riding winners.
He did.
And when you're riding winners, you want the big rides in Sydney and Melbourne.
Fair enough, Bossy.
And that's what Glenn did. What an outstanding career. Maccabi Diva, obviously, forever immortalised with Bossy in the saddle. I think my earliest memories of racing are Melbourne Cup with Maccabi Diva.
100%. 100%. And he's going to finish it off with, the time on a zipping classic. On a board Spanish Mission, hopefully.
I reckon he could do that asleep. Honestly. I reckon he'll do that half asleep. Such is the class of that horse.
Oh, I don't know. What about sound? Big warning?
Big warning. Jeez, he's found some form.
Yeah, you never know. I think he needs a bit wetter. Anyway, look, second last episode of the season, as we just mentioned. One thing I did want to mention about the weekend was played a bit of poker.
We did. Yep. Okay, that's a reminder. I need to transfer some money. Hold me accountable, drifters.
We both lost, which is very out of character for us.
Yeah.
We usually win. But we didn't get the chockies this time. That's fine. But before poker,
yeah,
we were at the Bowls Club.
Yep.
Underrated venue.
Yeah, I was not, but I have been there before, and it's a great venue.
Well, the Saturday racing was okay.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
It was not too bad. But, Ascot was quite strong. And it wasn't until later, mate. We had to, and, we weren't, I guess, absolutely consumed by every single race on the card. In Sydney,
your mind was wandering like a 3-year-old colt in the mounting yard.
It was, but something that did capture our interest was the Keno.
I had never thought I'd hear interest in Keno in the same sentence.
Never done
with
it
all
before.
due respect to Tabcorp, who runs Keno.
I've never done it before, but it was good fun. It was great fun.
Yeah.
And one of our great mates, student of Keno, I might say.
Loves it.
Loved it. Matthew Dolan. Took a detailed tally kept a scoreboard. And he's like, no, boys. Heads is coming up here.
100%. 100%. And might I add, it was a topic of conversation all Saturday night.
It was some of the most... I've never whipped it home harder.
Whipping home Keno.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. We're interesting guys. Honestly. We trust us. We are interesting, and it is well worth listening to the rest of the pod if you are a first-time listener.
Yes.
But that was absolutely hilarious, the Keno stories. It was odds versus evens.
Yep.
Bring it home.
Yep.
It's just like keep continually whacking, what is it? Is it 40 to 1 on the chocky wheel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
41 to 1?
41 to 1.
Yeah.
Just
maybe
continue
42 to 1.
Yeah, it'll come up, boys.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
It'll come up, boys, next time.
It's fine.
Next time. Look, my memory of Saturday night is patchy, to say the least. A patchy chase. A patchy cat. Yeah, gee whiz.
Patchy Jones.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm in disbelief that I actually survived that long. and was shuffling cards pretty well.
You were. Few wrong deals here and there, but that's fine.
Yeah, a few wrong deals.
You know, it happens. It happens. But enough Keno chat, mate.
Yeah.
What we're here to talk about is special interest section for our good friends at Ladbrokes. So we did this about 6 months ago for some spring headlines.
Shit.
Which if I had put 2 and 2 together, I would have actually got those up to check in. But I didn't. I believe you said Animo would win the
Everest. Yep.
I said Classic Legend would go back to back.
I said Very Elegant would pick up her 10th Group 1 in the Caulfield Cup.
Not far off.
Not the Melbourne Cup.
It's pretty decent. And I believe I said Il Paradiso would win the Melbourne Cup. And haven't seen anything about that horse.
No, he's either ill or he's in paradise somewhere, Il Paradiso.
I think he's done another injury, unfortunately. But what we're going to do here is our autumn headlines.
We are, look, autumn, which is bizarre, starts sort of, February 12th or something, I think the CF4 Stakes is, which is the first Group 1.
Yeah.
The autumn. But I'd say we're balls deep in the autumn come sort of mid-March. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, Golden Slipper, basically.
Yeah, Golden Slipper.
You know, there's some Group 1s prior to that, but please.
Yeah, it's just the lead-up group. Oh, yeah. Golden Slipper Day is such a good day.
It is. And then you have the championships. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Then you have a little spell, and then you're into forget the South Australian Carnival. You can forget that. Then you're into the proper stuff, the Brisbane Carnival.
Oh, I love it. It was such a great carnival this year that I anticipate a strong one in 2022.
Anyway, autumn headlines. We haven't exchanged notes here.
No, we haven't.
So I've got 2 to 3, depending if we have any crossover.
I've got 3. But, you know, if there's crossover, I'm happy to just freestyle, see how we go off the cuff.
Yes, because we want this to be relatively quick. So
we do.
Kick us off, mate.
Well, speaking of the Golden Slipper, my headline is it was only a matter of time. Chris Waller wins his first Golden Slipper.
That's the only thing lacking in his resume,
in
I
his
believe.
CV. Yeah. Picks up the Melbourne Cup. Hadn't won that before. I think he's got a really good crop of 2-year-olds coming through. He's got Redoubt's Choice's last ever progeny, a filly, who'll be 2. I found with Chris Waller that he might not necessarily have the best record for training 2-year-olds, but his 3-year-olds, because he just takes his time.
Yeah.
So he absolutely destroys everyone in the 3-year-old Group 1s. But I think, you know, it's the only thing not on his resume. It's only a matter of time. I think next year could be this year. He's just on such a hot streak.
Oh, God, yeah. I'm going to stick with Chris Waller then. Waller wins his 7th Doncaster with superstar Espiona.
Yeah, very well could do that.
She was close to the win at the spring.
Yeah, mate, she could even go into like a Queen Elizabeth.
Ooh.
She's that good.
Nah, not a way for age.
Just absolutely just blitzing the clock. That's it. The Doncaster's a terrific shout.
Yeah. I think at the mile, lowering the weight's probably like 49 kilos. They'll avoid the handicapper. Please.
Sexual.
Come on. Craig Williams on board because, you know, he gets low.
He gets so low.
Let me reframe that. K-Mac on board.
K-Mac gets low.
He gets real low.
Loves a Doncaster.
He does. No Bossy anymore, so he probably would have been up there with those rides. You know what? He might come out. He might just go like, you know what? I'm just going to ride the Doncaster again.
He's like, give me some time though, because I need to get off the beers. I'm so heavy at the moment. I'm 58 kilos.
Oh, gotcha.
Sticking on Chris Waller, hat-trick demolition in the TJ. Nature Strip wins it for the 3rd time.
Yeah. You can't. Who's gonna challenge him? Masked Crusader
potentially.
Is he going to run him down 3rd up?
I don't think so. Nature Strip's the highest rated sprint in the world. You know who I wasn't a fan of at the beginning of the spring, but it's grown on me a little bit. Is Lost and Running. Sort of forget that he's only 4 Lost and Running, so he's got plenty of growing to do, plenty of maturity to come. He could be a genuine contender maybe next spring. He
could. Top of the B graders for sure.
Yeah,
and that's no knock. If we owned a B grader, speaking of, our horse, Mint Condition, is looking unbelievable.
She's looking unbelievable.
She's eating carrots out of hands. She's looking absolutely stunning.
On the treadie today. Maybe our autumn headline should have been mint condition golden slipper winner. Imagine that.
Well, we're throwing it in as a bonus. Quinella, Chris Waller, Colt, Philly.
Yeah.
Redoubt's choice.
Redoubt's choice Philly into mint condition. DEFCON Philly.
Bang. Done. Yeah, but yes. What were you saying prior to that?
Nature Strip.
Yes, Nature Strip.
Lost and running.
Lost and
Sprinters.
running. Yeah, the Everest might have come a bit early for him. To be fair, he did finish fourth there. It's a pretty decent run.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
He got better with every run. At the start of the prep, I was like, someone's going to be disappointed that Lost and Running's there.
Yeah.
Got their slot, but
Won not the gong, but the Hunter. 3 wide, no cover, on pace.
Did it easy.
Did it on his hoof hole. All right, my second one here is... See, I actually wrote out the headlines.
Yeah.
Trying my best copy here. Western stamps Peter's Empire in All-Star Mile.
Gotcha.
Western Empire wins the All-Star Mile.
Yep. Yeah, he looks a fair. He definitely looks a Group 1 horse. Western Empire.
I think Bob Peters loves money. There's plenty of cash available in the All-Star Mile.
Oh, he loves money. I've seen some chat around about Animo being short in the betting in All-Star Mile. They're not interested in that. They want Group 1s, mate.
He'll be short in everything.
They want Group 1s for Animo. He's
He'll
already
be-
worth a mozza.
He'll be going in the Queen Elizabeth.
Of course he will.
What else? Maybe a Donny? I don't know. Australian Guineas, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Group 1s, time-honoured.
Yeah.
Speaking of 25-year first, Animo wins Queen Elizabeth. It has been 25 years, or it will be come 2022, and since the last time a 3-year-old won the Queen Elizabeth. And it was Intergaze who won it in 1997.
Gazy.
Yep, Gazy won 7 Group 1s in his career, Gazy. He won the Queen Elizabeth twice, so as a 3-year-old and as a 5-year-old.
Well, there you go. What happened when he was 4?
He was injured his entire 4-year-old season.
Look at you. Looking back in the history books.
He's a good horse. I think Animo is just going to get better and better. I truly believe he is a superstar. I think he will run the Queen Elizabeth, but I was just having a bit of a look at it, just in the futures and stuff like that. So as it stands right now, there'll be, if all these runners are running in the Queen Elizabeth, there'll be well and truly more than 20 Group 1 wins combined amongst the field. VE goes there.
Yep.
That's 10. It's half of them. Zaki.
Yep. He's got 3 or 4.
3. Mo, he's got 2. Profondo, 1. I'm Thunderstruck, 1 and a Golden Eagle. Colette, 2 and a Golden Eagle, I think. Western Empire, if he runs there, he's got 1. Probably missing a few. Probabile, maybe.
There'd be Europeans coming,
Yeah.
sure.
So we're talking about a field that has between 20 and 30. Mwanga?
Mongo will go there.
Yeah, between 20 and 30 Group 1s. Now, that's a cracking edition of the Queen Elizabeth.
God, yeah.
And I think Mo can beat them all.
Well, I didn't know that 25-year stat, but I'm going to steal it. Profondo creates 25-year first in Queen Elizabeth Stakes.
He could be anything, Profondo.
It's your third start and he did that.
Yeah.
Now, let me say this. The 3-year-old group is not much chop, but there might be 2 to 3 really good ones.
Oh, I think there's 2 to 3 really good ones.
Because we have, well, actually, I reckon the Melbourne Cup Day might have saved us because you had Espiona come onto the scene. She looks a very smart filly. Then you have Animo, obviously. You have Profondo, who's doing that at his third start. And then you have the old party bus.
You're
Artorius.
forgetting one more. Home Affairs.
Home Affairs is, yeah, but I don't think the sprinters are much chop. I think the middle distances are pretty decent.
I think Home Affairs, just on that Coolmore run, if he runs to that peak again, he could beat most sprinters in Australia. I think all but maybe Nature Strip. Mate, that was a peak performance. Brained him.
Peak performance, I would dare to say.
As in time rating was enormous.
Yes, I get that. Different gravy, 3-year-olds versus open company.
True.
Like, he'll go to the TJ and he won't win.
Nah, because Nature Strip's in the race, mate.
But
Hat-trick demolition in the TJ. I think I just read that article. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard rumours about that as well. But all right, I think that's pretty good mix.
It's a great mix.
It's a great mix. So, all right, let's give our good mate a ring here. How's that sound?
Yep. So what's Corb going to give us? He's going to give us a bit of a mixture. Group ones, betting,
All the classics, mate.
things you love to see.
Hello.
Corb, how you going, bruh?
Good, mate. How are you?
Mate, very, very well. You have Declan here as well.
G'day, Corb. Pleasure to speak to you, mate.
How are you, mate? What's going on?
Well, just talking absolute dribble about horses as usual.
Standard, mate. Standard. It's good.
Welcome to the pod, though. Pleasure to have you on.
Oh, cheers, boys. Yeah, it's been a bit of a shitty week with all this rain and stuff around, but it's a bit of time to have a look at the weekend's racing.
Absolutely, mate.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
You know where it won't be rainy, and that is, we're not talking Sydney, we're not talking the Gold Coast, we're talking Ascot. But before we get to that, Corbo, you've been on the podcast previously on our time-honoured Matthew Dolan wedding episode.
The special.
Yes.
What a day.
It was a great day, great weekend, fun had by all. But this is your first time through the telephonic waves, and it's a real pleasure to have you on, mate. So now for those...
Thanks for having me. Bloody awesome. It's bloody clear as a bell, mate. It's awesome.
Oh, mate, the quality of the podcast gear, it doesn't even outweigh the quality of our banter. I'm telling you that much for free.
I beg to differ. But Corb, what this man can do is find something of value, and he backs in his own judgment, and he doesn't care what us or anyone or Brad Weston. He doesn't care what they think. And mate, what about the Winterbottom? So 1,200 metres Group 1, Way for Age. You have Elite Street at the top of the market. What do you reckon?
Mate, I'll tell you what, it's I reckon I probably would have backed Elite Street a couple of weeks ago, but I watched its last start, and I actually liked Graceful Girl in that race. Bloody flew home down the outside. I think Pikey was on board that day. I think he's on board again this weekend. 4-year-old mare, flew home. I think it just missed Elite Street at the line, and I'm willing to have another look at it this weekend. Likes the distance. I'm keen on Graceful Girl. So it's tough picking these Group 1 races from this side of the country, but it's always a challenge, but definitely willing to have a crack. I think it's sitting $8 at the moment on Laddies, so we'll have a crack at that.
Love it.
Well, Pikey rode half the card, so last weekend he was just doing fantastic stuff.
He was.
And he gave Western Empire one of the greatest rides you'd ever hope to see. He'd need to do something similar from Barrier 18 for Graceful, but if she's...
it's pretty wide.
It is wide, but if she's half a length off Elite Street, that's his name? Yeah, Elite Street, that horse is absolutely flying. So I think the price is probably a little bit wrong, but no,
definitely keen to have a look, mate. At $8, I'll have a go, especially in Perth. And not really knowing the form line that well, but over the last few weeks, I've watched a little bit of it leading up to these Group 1s, so I'll have a crack at Graceful Girl.
Lovely. Mate, what about your value play of the day? Where are we heading?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's tough. I'm sort of, if it keeps raining the way it is in Brisbane and Sydney, apparently Sydney tomorrow, it's meant to be 100% and 80% on the weekend. But I'll tell you what, I like, I'm going to Sydney race 4, Soldier of Love.
Love
paying,
that.
Paying 15s at the moment, I think. I can't really... I'll get it up. 15 still at the moment. I followed it a few starts. I think it was 2 starts ago. It bloody flew on the heavy deck. So if it's still going to be a heavy track on the weekend, which it more than likely will with all this rain, it'd probably be a shout. The distance is the only query with Soldier of Love, but once again, I'm willing to have a dig with the heavy deck. So $5 a place as well. So we'll have a crack there.
You're a very astute judge, mate. And look, I haven't had the best spring by my own standards, or anyone's standards for that matter. But Soldier of Love is also my value player of the day.
There you go.
So
you're kidding me.
Yeah. So you either put a line through it or you double down.
I reckon I'll have a cheeky double down on it.
Love that. What about you each way of the day there, mate?
Where am I going here? I'm staying in Sydney. Sydney race 9, horse 2, Expat. Once again, loves the heavy deck. Has won first up and hasn't lost at the distance. So I think it's 650 at the moment and 245 the place. So, some good value. I think I backed it a few times last prep and bloody thing flew home on the heavy deck. So I'm just basing all my form around it being heavy.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I really liked it last prep, and I'm willing to go around again with it. So Expat Sydney race 9, number 2 each way.
Lovely. And I think that's a smart thing to do, to be honest.
Yeah.
So nothing wrong with that. All right, cool. What about your best of the day here, mate? Where are we going?
Well, I looked in Caulfield and I saw Spanish Mission, but it's pretty like the price for me. I'm just not going to have a play it. I think it was like $1.70 when I last checked. So
yeah, no.
Spanish Mission's I'm pretty keen to watch it go around and see how it runs after the Melbourne Cup. But I'm actually going to Adelaide for my best of the day. I do like a sneaky bet in Adelaide, so
oh god, yeah.
I'm going Adelaide race 4, horse 13. Keep Reading. Loves the distance, loves a soft or heavy sort of a track. So it could be around a soft track in Adelaide. They had a little bit of rain there, but it's a good young horse, bit of good form. I think it's $2.90 at the moment, but it's money's moving for it. So that'll be my best of the day. Keep Reading, Adelaide race 4.
Excellent. I love that. What number was it again?
13.
13. There we go. Right down the bottom. So it's
right down the bottom.
Going to carry no weight. And it's in those Western Bulldogs colours. So, yeah, go the Dogs.
Go the Dogs.
That's sacrilege for you, Corb.
Oh, mate, I tell you what. This it's draft time in the AFL at the moment, and I've been having a bit of a look there, and I think the Dogs have done all right. So, let's keep it going. Keep reading. Keep reading, boys.
Love it.
How'd the Lions go, mate? Because I saw we drafted a forward and maybe a midfielder. Do you know anything about them?
Did you see I don't know if you saw any of the draft footage, but the young fella they drafted, him and all his mates are going off like a snake. Tell you what, they were all on the beers getting around him, and then he came out the next day and said he doesn't drink. I thought, come on.
It's like he backed Pike in the last or something.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, or he's just won the last leg of the quaddie.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice? We don't know much about that.
Aren't we due?
Yeah, aren't we? Mate, I think that's about it. All that we had for you. But did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, boys. Keep up the good work. Hey, love the pod. And, love listening every week, and keep up the good work, boys. Great to listen in.
Appreciate that, Corb.
Yeah, we'll
make me cry.
Yeah, we'll send you that invoice later, mate.
Cheers, boys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, mate.
See ya.
All right, talk soon.
All right. What a lovely young man.
Lovely man, Corb. And he's a good punter.
He is. He knows his shit. Unlike us.
Yep.
But that's fine. But I'm up and about that he found Soldier of Love.
Yeah, good.
That's exciting.
You love to see it.
Exciting stuff. But we have a Group 1 to get through here. So the Winterbottom Stakes, 1,200 metres, Group 1, Wait for Age, as mentioned. Look, I believe we were making a case for a Red Cam Man this time last year.
Were we?
I believe so.
Okay.
I reckon.
I can't remember.
Let me have a look real quick. Yeah, we were. How's my memory?
Geez, not bad.
Pretty decent.
Yeah.
You know who? We're not gonna start with the favourite. We're gonna mix things up this time.
Okay.
What about Indian Pacific here? We're in second in the new market.
It did. I know you backed it last start each way or in a multi or something like that. It got a decent price.
I did.
Yeah, certainly not the worst, mate.
Like, I reckon he could run a race here, but you have likes of Outrageous starting here as well. Stage Man, Graceful Girl, as previously outlined, but gee, Elite Street does look hard to beat.
He looks very hard to beat, mate. And I'll tell you what, he's drawn perfectly because he'll just sit up off the pace, watch them all going nuts in front of him. My friend Bradley Rawilla will just check to see if there's any gaps and then on the straight just go bang. He is in cracking form. The little bit of the query on him is he hasn't had the best strike rate at this distance in the past. And as we've said 1,000 times on the podcast, there's a big difference between 1,000 metres to 1,100 metres and then to 1,200 metres. So, look, I think he's come back a pretty sharp horse. Bit older now, has been really dominant, draws perfectly. I think it'd be really hard to beat.
Me too. I believe the same things that you're saying. Yeah, they do say that time-honoured phrase, 1,000-metre horses for 1,000-metre races.
Yep.
He's pretty close to that, but you can't deny his overall winning strike rate.
Yeah.
He's been a different horse this prep. He's been absolutely dominating. And he might not be winning by these massive margins, but he's racing over 1,000 and 1,100 metres.
Yeah, in group races too.
And he's come from behind.
Yeah.
So I think he has the best form in this race. I did have a look at Graceful Girl. He gets a 2 kilo swing on that horse as well.
Yeah.
So he's actually suited really well here at Wait for Age. I think he's in with a cracking shot. Indian Pacific, going to chuck him in for second.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? Just because Outrageous is racing in this race, I'm going to chuck him in for
Just be a little bit outrageous.
Yeah, at $91.
Yeah, so fair. The horse I'm going to put in for second, that I actually think's wouldn't shock if she won, is the number 16, Wilchino. So she ran over 1,200 metres last start in Ascot, 60 kegs on her back, and she went pretty close to the track record.
Mm.
So clearly she's a fast mare, Wilchino. This is
different gravy.
Wouldn't say it's a strong Group 1, but it's still, she's coming up against Elite Street, who's winning Group 3 races. A genuine group horse who won this last year, been there, done that. I think it's a safer bet. Am I diving into that price? No. I think Wilchino is well and truly under the odds, but I wouldn't be surprised if she runs second. And gee whiz, I love these silks. I'm going to go with my man Corbin. Chuck Graceful Girl in for third.
Gotcha. With Wilchino, whenever I see a horse like this, right, very progressive.
Yeah.
Very progressive. Going up the grades. So basically, she's been racing in benchmark 66 and benchmark 72s. This is a Group 1. Wait for Age. If this was a handicap, different story.
She'd have 50 kegs.
She'd have 50 kilos on her back, and she'd be probably $3 second favourite, opposed to
100%.
Where I feel like that's going to be her undoing, but very keen to see how she goes.
Oh, she could be a star. To run that time with 60 kegs on her back, she's clearly got some talent. But yeah, you're right. I agree.
If she comes out here and wins the damn thing, could almost have a look through her profile. Might back her in the Lightning.
Yeah.
You never know. She's won 7 over the 1,000. Futures markets, I have a feeling, don't listen, Ladbrokes, you might miss her.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
Anyway, juicy stakes time. So if you are having a bet this weekend, drifters, you got to do it responsibly. If gambling is an issue for you, you can call the Gambling Help Hotline on 1800 858 858, and they also have a bunch of resources online. I'll start because I'm not going to bury the lead here. Value play of the day is Soldier Love. Race 4 in Rose Hill, I believe, number 3, I believe. So that's good stuff.
Love that for you. My roughie of the day is in Melbourne. Caulfield race 4, number 5. He's a bolter. Linda Meach in the saddle, going up against some horses that have got mixed records, I'd say. You're getting $15 at the moment for He's a Bolter. Yeah, ran 7th out of 10 last start. That was on a soft deck. Maybe wants a good deck because its last few starts, last 2 starts were on good decks, and it ran really well, winning. And it's always interesting when you see a horse win a fair few in a row, has an off race, and goes up in price. Always worth having a shot.
Yeah, just had a bad day.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I reckon that's I was looking at the wrong horse. Here we go. What was it? Caulfield Sprint, the horse, the race that Oxley Road run.
Yep.
Decent form line. My each way bet of the day comes at Caulfield. I'm going around Australia again here.
Mm-hmm.
So I just basically was looking for horses that I like.
Good.
Caulfield race 5, number 1, Quantum Mechanic.
Yep.
Back to her own sex here.
Gee-ho, baby.
And down to Group 3 level.
Mm.
Prior to that, she was putting a spook up on Thunderstruck Spine.
Yep.
I believe that form is well and truly good for this.
Agreed.
$5.50.
Bang. I'm in Caulfield still. I'm in race 3, number 3, Lady of Honour. Coolmore filly. I will admit, decent rain is going to be very hard to beat in this race. I backed her last start, but something about Lady of Honour. Watched the last couple of races. Yes, it was in Sandown. Yes, it was in Ballarat prior to that, but she looks like a nice progressive filly, and at $5, I'm willing to find out at an each way price.
Love that. Best of the day, Elite Street for me. I think he's in unbelievable form.
Fair. There's a horse coming out of the Melbourne. Nah, no thanks. I'm not that guy. I have been before. I'm not afraid to admit it. No, I'm in Caulfield still. Race 2, number 2, True Marvel. Absolutely spanked him over 3,800 metres at the Valley, carrying 67.5 kilos on its back. Are you kidding? Drops 54 kilos here. Goes back in distance. But I think this is a genuine staying horse. French horse, True Marvel. Yeah, I really like it up against Accountability and Sweet Thomas. $3.30 with laddies.
I missed that. Missed that in the form guide. 3,800 metres. Where's Salino in this race?
Yeah, exactly. That should have been an easy win for Salino. This is slightly different gravy, but I like $3.30 for True Marvel. So
is that a hurdle or something? What is going on here? 67 kilos.
67.5 kilos.
Yeah, right. High weight. Oh, it must have been a high weight handicap. There you go. That would explain why it's got so much weight.
It sheds a bit here.
Interesting stuff. Love that. And I said my best today, so that's good. I believe that's it.
Cool. Do you want to do a tipping comp for Caulfield or nah? Scrap it?
Nah. We might do one for the last episode.
Yeah, let's do that.
Do that. But I have nothing else to add.
Nah, best of luck, drifters.
Hooroo.